Hi, lawn mowing people. What I'm going to just talk about here is how you can get your business getting to the top of the Google Maps listing. And just to show you, this is my Gecko Lawns business. This one is at the top of the Google Maps ranking. So when people do searches anywhere around Hamilton, this business usually comes up first. As you can see, it's had almost 1,200 customer interactions in the past, I think, 28 days. 45 star, 45 5-star reviews. Try saying that 3 times. um, Now, the first thing that you should do is once you've got your profile up and running, just make sure that everything's okay and everything looks correct. Um, you don't want any mistakes on here. Double check all your numbers. Make sure your numbers right. Your website's correct. Your opening hours are right. As you can see, we've preset in holiday hours there, and just make sure that everything's correct there. Now, this here is where people can message you. Now, when they message you, if I go to messages, it'll actually bring up where people have contacted us and made inquiries online through Google about getting lawn mowing. So, and you can get hold of the people that have sent messages uh, by just clicking on the message button, and that's how you can respond to people too. And you can also do that on your phone app. So I'll do a bit of a show on how the phone app works after this one. Now this is for adding a photo. What I suggest is that you add 1 or 2 new original photos every month, just to keep things current. This tells you how your performance is going, and this here's what you use if you want to advertise and do Google Ads, which is what we do, which is what I recommend everybody does. This is where you edit products, but lawn mowing businesses don't really sell products, so I wouldn't worry about this. This is where you edit your services. So as you can see, this is suggestions that people have made that uh, that they think that we might be offering these services. We I'll actually go through and I'll reject a lot of these because, like for instance, we don't do ready turf, although for some strange reason we get a lot of calls about them. So do keep an eye on that. Make sure nobody writes anything stupid because people can make suggestions. I mean, you look at these and yeah, a few of these are okay, but they all mean the same thing. And ready turf, we don't even do that. So do keep an eye on that. And what I'd basically do is I'd actually add. Let's see, we'll take off ground move. We'll take off ready turf. Now, if I was doing hedge cutting, I could add that as a service here. Your hedge trimming, and add that as a service like that. And so you can add any service you like, but just remember that this here is actually services. This isn't search engine ranking, so you don't want to fill it up with all sorts of words meaning the same thing. You just want a short list of services that your customers can look at. Okay, so hang on, we'll save the changes because I want to get rid of those silly words. So moving on to the next thing, bookings. We don't take bookings. Q&A. Q&A is quite handy. You can even do it yourself if you have a question that people ask you a lot, and you find yourself answering the same question over and over again. You can actually use this Q&A function to even ask yourself a question and then reply. So it's one good way, and that'll show up here. So if everybody's asking you whether you do trees and hedges and you definitely don't, then maybe you can put a Q&A up here saying, do you do trees and hedges, and answer and say no. Now this here's an update. You should actually be doing an update at least once a month. Think of it like a mini billboard. This is the updates here. So you can see that we actually put them up once a week, but this isn't quite done correctly because this was set up a while ago, and this is on autopilot. But what you should be doing is doing one of these a month and focusing on a service that you present and take a photograph. So if you're doing trees, you might want to add an update and say here, add your update, and then write, we do tree work, blah, 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 and talk about the kind of tree work you do. You can have a button that says, there is a button that says call now. Yep, there it is. Add a photo of the job that you've just done and then post it. And just do that once a month, and that way you've got a little billboard up there that shows when people see your listing. Now, another thing that you really need to do is start asking for reviews. Now, you won't be able to do this until you're verified, but this is your review link. So what you do is when you're talking to a customer and they say, hey, you did a really good job, then you can say to them, hey, can I send you a review link and can you give me a review? Do you mind? And if they're fine with that, you can send them a link there and then, and they can give you a review. And you really want to get at least half a dozen reviews in order to start rising in the ranks. Normally, when you get around 40 or 50 reviews, it doesn't matter how many reviews you get, your position isn't going to change that much. But you do want to get a few reviews to start off with. And that's basically how you get your Google Maps listing ranking. If I go here, let's say I go incognito and I do a search for lawn mowing Hamilton. Lawn mowing Hamilton. There you go. So the first thing here is a sponsored ad. This is Google Ads, and you see another ad here. Notice here, first organic listing on the page is Gecko Lawns. That's our business, and we're one of the first websites as well. So it really does pay to work on those rankings and just do that housework. Just to make sure that you keep your profile current, make sure you change your hours when you need to change your hours. If you're going to be away on holiday, put that there so you don't get anybody try to get hold of you and get upset that they can't get hold of you. Keep your hours current. Don't put 24 hours because your listing will get suspended if Google notice it. And just keep on working on those reviews. Keep on putting up a post once a month with a service that you do, like a billboard, and that'll keep your Google Maps listing all healthy, and it'll keep it at the top of the rankings. Hope that helps.